somebody's baby, somebody's child, kidnapped, raped, beaten, and forced out onto a lonely street corner by a brutalizing pimp for a price. Going once, going twice, sold to the highest bidder. A multitude of Johns who smiled brightly at her goods, but raped her daily, trapped and trafficked.
Regina Evans is fighting human trafficking in Oakland in an uncommon way, through performance art and social entrepreneurship. What you just heard was an excerpt of her poetic stage play, 52 Letters. Regina is a victim of sex trafficking herself. According to an article in the SF Chronicle, while living abroad and working as a dancer, Regina was coerced into the sex trade. Regina also created and runs a vintage boutique on 17th Street in downtown Oakland called Regina's Store. But this store is not your average boutique. Every single one of the employees are survivors of human trafficking. This store is not just a place for survivors to gain work experience. Regina also teaches her employees skills that carry beyond working within the four walls of the store.
I try to teach them business skills, because I believe that most survivors are entrepreneurs. But I go into it really slowly. I don't start out, I start them out like really slow and just like really basic things. But my mind towards their destiny is not basic. My mind towards their destiny, I'm like, okay, you want to be the president of the universe? Okay, that's what you want. Okay, let's decide what you want to do. Then we're going to do like a game plan for how you get there, step by step. That's my mindset for them. But the first thing is to just allow them a chance to breathe.
Before employees can start working at Regina's Store, they must complete a 12-step program that Regina created with one of the human trafficking survivors who works at her store.
So what do you want? Because she said, you ask me to do too many things. I can't do all these things at the same time. And this was freaking, because I was freaking her out. We sat right here, and I said, okay, so what can you do? She's like, I can only do one thing at one time. And I said, one step. And she said, yeah, one step. I said, okay, let's figure out 12.
Some of the steps include getting a library card, eating a meal at a fancy restaurant, visiting the Oakland Museum, and crafting a resume. A lot of these tasks seem pretty simple, but for someone who just got out of a sex trafficking situation, this list can be daunting. However, completing the 12 steps is a crucial requirement that helps survivors get reacquainted with the Oakland community. When I asked Regina to talk about her inspiration for 52 Letters, her answer was not something that I expected to hear. Regina ran a successful clothing store in Australia that she left behind in 2006 to take care of her dying father. Back in Oakland, with no job or money, Regina started working as a creative writing instructor to at-risk youth.
Finding out all these kids, they're like a big segment of being trafficked. So I'm being confronted with myself. And what am I going to do? Like, I know what they've been through, blah, 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 and I'm pissed, and I've given away all my money. I don't have any, like, stock to sell. So I'm like, I can write. That's when I said I'm going to write a play.
I asked Regina what we can do to help, and what is the role of law enforcement and the legal system in fighting human trafficking. Here's what she had to say.
And so I think, like, the laws and the government, the legal system should come up under the things that the beloved community does and kind of like hold it like this and say, okay, we got you.
Regina's Store is located at 352 17th Street in Oakland. Catch 52 Letters in theaters all over the Bay Area.